Hello good people of the internet, and welcome to part 2 of my collections guide for DCUO. What I'm going to cover today is according to my last video, what I've got in red. It's the waist this time. I'm still in Gotham. I'm covering the WayneTech Watches part collection for the waist. Now, doing this one collection will not get you the waist. It's one of 4 collections you need to get the waist. Now, as I said in my last video, I do not like meta collections, which this is one of, because you just endlessly grinding out just to get one small little thing. Admittingly, yeah, it gets you skill points in the video game, but you kind of taking away from something in the video game. Now, the last video I covered how to get the boots, which is why they're in green. I've got them now. The red item is the waist. So, excuse me. I'm going to cover the WayneTech watches and the Big Belly Burger time, because they're virtually within the same region. The Big Belly Burger time's somewhere over there. It's near the Metrodome, which is actually over there. So that's where we're going next time. But right now, we are in Gotham East End, and we are right there. This is Crime Alley, which is where you want to be if you want to be setting up to get the watches. Now, I'm not going to do a speed run of this in this video. That'll be the next one. But this is a relatively short circuit. No movie references, but you will get quite a few movie references with me, because you really shouldn't be going any further than out of Crime Alley to get any of these collectibles. You see right there, there's one right there. Hopefully, like the last startup that I did, boom, I love doing that. This will be a watch. Hopefully. No, it's not. But don't be disheartened by that. Just because you don't get a watch doesn't mean to say that you can't sell on what you're not collecting, which is what I'm more than likely going to do with one or two of these things that I collect now. Because, as with every collection, as I said before, there will be a random one. If you are right at the start of your video game experience with DCUO, which, to be honest, is the first ever MMO I've ever played, and I'm actually quite liking it now. It took a bit to get used to, but you get used to the differences in video games fairly quickly. You want to basically go straight down to the coast, right where those 2 bridge lights are, back up to the what looks like a blue light on this screen, and over to the Wayne Memorial, which, if you've not got it before, is a feat, so that's pretty good, and back to where I am right now. So let's do that right now. And hopefully, yeah, right there. There's one. Actually, there's 2. So, you see, this one is actually a fairly rich site to go for things. There's a briefing over in the corner. Sorry, I'm still fighting off a really bad cough, and I can't seem to shift it, but well, that's my problem, not yours. So I shall quit the complaining, and on with the collectibles. See, the WayneTech chronographite watch. That's not the rarest one. You want to see, and I've had some comments made by some people in my league. Well, why aren't you going to mention that some of these things are rarer than others? Yes, you will more than likely be receiving multiple copies. Stainless steel WayneTech watch. There are, if memory serves, about 5 in this set. They are utterly and completely randomly generated, so there is no use trying to go to set spots to try and farm these things. They are generated completely randomly. So the chances of you actually finding the same thing in the same run is very high, as is the likelihood of you finding the complete opposite. You will more than likely find a collection item which you are not even remotely considering looking for. That's just the way it is. If you've resigned yourself, see, this is the problem. I'm actually doing this one-handed and doing the collections this way. When you don't have supersonic speed as an option, when you click the left thumbstick, you're more than likely going to go flying away and miss something. Yeah, so if you're doing a collection that's completely random, then you've got to bear the brunt of the fact that it is completely and utterly randomly generated, which is a problem, because you are more than likely gonna end up with multiple copies of the same thing time after time. See, this is a Wayne Memorial. If you've not been here before, getting here in itself actually gets you a fee. So I've got about 2 minutes to go. So I'm going to do a very fast supersonic speed run and see if I can spot one or two. That's an investigation, don't worry. That again is another collectible. See, they are really tricky to spot, which is why, follow my axiom, and I'm going to say it time and again, if you're doing collectibles, you want to be a flyer, but you do not want supersonic speed. I told you I'd say it every video, and I more than likely will say it every video, so follow what teacher says. Anyway, I think that fairly and squarely details what I want to cover. Where you should be flying around. I've been told that you should be flying around, well, I've looked on MMORPGLife.org or .com, I forget which one it is right off the top of my head, and it's what I've used to do virtually all of the collections, but to be honest, they detailed this set collection to be as specific as Gotham. The entire of Gotham is where you get this collection from, which is true, but they appear more frequently around here than anywhere else on the map. I don't know why they're not featured on that site at all, but this is where I get them from, or where I completed getting them from, and I got multiple copies of each one on multiple runs. And it's the same as every other collection. As you can see, out of what is now 2 runs, the reason why you shouldn't go supersonic is becoming evident, because the loading times are sucky. You will get some things many times over, but you will almost certainly have to do multiple, and I do mean this in the literal sense of multiple, as in me flying around here to get all these WayneTech watches probably took, and I only needed about 30 times, just to get those 2 watches, 30 tracks of what I'm doing now, at regular speed, which took ages. So you can see, doing this one collection in itself is an investment of time, which, unless you've got nothing else to do, is a lot. I love doing that, to prepare yourself for. So I hope that detailed fairly and squarely where you should be going for some of these things, and I'll catch you next time. And the next time that I come on, I'll be tackling the Big Betty Burger time. Thanks.